Alright, so you're going on a long road trip. Here is everything that you must do. Alright, so the first thing I do is I check or I change the oil. Today I plan on changing the oil, but you can see Big Bertha's running a little low. Good thing she's getting changed. Good old oil burner. Alright, so the next thing that I check is the brake fluid. Brake fluid should be good, and it is right at the fill level, as I just did the front pads and calipers yesterday. Also, you want to check your air filter, because if you don't check your air filter, there might be mice in there. And mice are going to screw up your gas mileage. Make sure you spray out the mice. Do as I say, not as I do. Probably change the filter. Now, unless you want to become Macho Man, I'd check your power steering fluid. She is full. It ain't clean, but it's full. Alright, so you want to check your coolant, and she's running a little low on coolant. Be sure to use the right coolant for your vehicle. Be sure not to use a funnel, because if you use a funnel, then you don't like challenges. No, this is not a very good flavor of juice. Do not drink it. Be sure to fill up your sketchy washer fluid reservoir. Don't use a funnel, because remember, you're a professional. Alright, so I'm not quite the professional I thought I was. Alright, I'm only saying this twice because it's probably the most important thing you want to do before you go on a long road trip. As expected, Big Bertha's engine is so clean that you can't even tell how much oil's in this damn thing. If your engine doesn't look like it has water in it after every oil change, you're not changing it often enough. Another thing you want to check, make sure your belt's tight, make sure there's no cracking, especially on the inside, the outsides. Like I said, make sure it's tight. And before you get too excited thinking you're all done, grease your stuff. Everything, ball joints, tie rod, end links, steering components. Even if you got a drive shaft, your U joints, some of them are greasable, grease those. Alright, time to start her up, because now, guess what? You gotta check for leaks. You don't want to be on the side of the road when the car starts leaking. While the car is running, you want to listen for sounds. Everything sounds good down here. It's amazing how quiet this engine is. You can't even hear the valve train. All you hear are the injectors ticking. That's what maintenance does right there. Alright, so off to another really important thing that you need to check. Your tires. Make sure that this matches what it says on your door. Also check your tread depth. That's your wear indicator right there. Make sure you got tread, especially if you plan on driving somewhere where it rains a lot. Also check your sidewalls out. Make sure there's no cracking. So while we're at tires, you want to check your lug nuts. Because believe me, having your tire fly off while you're going down the interstate, thousands of miles away from home, ain't fun. And especially doing this because, like I said, I did the front pads on this car yesterday and you need to retorque your lug nuts. Do it in a star pattern. around. Check the plate. You don't want to see any movement. Do the back too, because your wheel bearing's going to have play as well. Alright, so before you celebrate, we are not done yet. There is one more fluid that you have to check once the car warms up. So, go take it on a drive. Big Bertha and I are about to go tear it up. Alright, so while you're driving, you want to make sure the car doesn't pull when you hit the brakes. It's the first thing you want to check for brake noises. I got new pads all the way around now, so I sure hope I don't have any issues. Another thing you want to check is punch it. Make sure she runs. Great. Shifter the gears good. Overdrive off. Overdrive on. And also let go of the wheel. Listen for front end noises. This car does make a front end noise, but that's just the broken sway bar end link. It's been broken for 3 years. You also want to make sure that you can drive the car with your finger. I know you guys can't see that, but you gotta put your finger right on the top of your wheel and steer the car. If you can drive it with your finger, you know your front end's good. Also want to make sure your turn signal's blinking slow like that. If it's blinking fast, it probably means one of your bulbs are out. Alright, so while we're waiting for the car to warm up, this car doesn't have a voltage gauge, but luckily my inverter does. That's what you want your voltage to read while it's running, around 14. Between 13.5 to 14.5, that's what you want to see. If you see any lower, I would recommend getting a new alternator. Next thing you want to check are your lights. You want to check them all the way around, including your brake lights and your reverse lights. Man, I need to restore these headlights. Do not forget your license plate lights or your reverse lights. Or if you happen to have a car that has them, alley lights. Alright, Big Bertha, hurry up, warm up. Again, check your interior lights, make sure your interior lights are working, make sure your car randomly starts clicking. Clean your interior. I plan on doing this off video. This interior, the cleaner your interior is of your car, the more you're going to enjoy your trip.
Ready, set,
make sure your stereo cranks up loud.
Classic Country starts right now. Buckeye Country, 103.7 CKY.
No copyright strikes. Alright, let's get this party started. So, while the car is running, you want to check your transmission fluid. That's the second most important thing in the drive line next to the engine that's right in front of it. Or beside it if you drive front-wheel drive. If you own a car that doesn't let you check your transmission fluid, sell that heat. There's no such thing as a stroke for light transmission. Well, you know, I can't demonstrate to you guys because she's full. Make sure that your fluid is red and not brown, dark. If it is, change the fluid and the filter. This is how it should look. Make sure she runs like a hot date, as my dad would say. Take note. We're holding where we should be as far as temperature is concerned. Tell your car that you love it. I love you, girl. And give your car a good wash before the trip. Alright guys, I think I'm going to end it off there, as it's getting late. Please guys, have a safe trip. I hope this video helped you guys out, kept you guys off the side of the road. Thank you for watching.